Live in the Anna John Levine studios. And boy, let me tell you, we got a show for you today. I need you to stay locked in because you know why? We got tickets to give away. I got 2 sets of tickets. You must want to go to one of these games out here in Jacksonville because I promise you, you're going to want to call in. I'm going to go ahead and give you the number now. It's 904-362-9901. Don't call now. Now, Brian, the producer, he is ready to answer the phone, but give me a minute. Wait till we get into the show. Because when we do, I promise you, I'm going to let you know what's going on. But, of course, welcome once again to the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. It's your boy, K. With your mama's #1 draft pick. That's Bobby G. There goes my Uncle Scott. And somebody else may be showing up to help us do these two things. Because you know what happened? The NBA Finals just started. Game 1 in the books. But June 1st was a great day. A day which will live in infamy in the eyes of people who love the NFL. So we're going to talk a little football in the second hour. Uncle Scott, you ready to go?
I'm ready. Here we go.
All right. And Bobby G, I see you over there. You ready to go, Bobby?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
This is Rec Room Sports. Olympians carrying the torch, going where they don't go. We ain't lost. From the optics to the topics, we got this with synopsis. Think outside the boxes like Jay on the mic or your boy K. Witt. Joe is my coach, T. Sweat on the mix. All sports, even if you catch fish like Nate Diaz catches fist. You need to catch this episode, it's a can't miss. We go live and you should subscribe and X's and O's. We made our plan, yo.
Oh, yeah. That's right, man. It's your boy K with your mama's #1 draft pick. We are in the building right here in the Anna John Levine studios. It is the Rec Room Sports Radio Show where we bring the internet to your radio. I am joined by the homies. That's right. You can't see him if you're watching us on the Rec Room Sports Hub right now, but I promise you he's in a good place. He's ready to go. We're going to go ahead and bring him up. We got Cleveland's on, but Las Vegas is home. Bobby G, what's up, bro?
What up? It's Go Knights Go, man. They said we couldn't do it. They said we had less than a puncher's chance, but guess what? 1-0 Golden Knights. Let's go.
Of course, you got to talk about some Vegas stuff right about now. But of course, I would not be complete unless we had the betting man himself. My Uncle Scott is in the building. Uncle Scott, what's going on, bro?
I am president of the A.J. Brown fan club now. Let me just tell you, everybody. That's me.
I for some odd reason, I had a feeling that you would appreciate that, and I'm glad you're here because we're going to definitely get into some football. And then y'all know me, man. It's your boy K with your mama's #1 draft pick. Rec Room Radio is in the building. Please take time to go join us on Instagram, on YouTube. Anywhere else you can type in the Rec Room Sports Hub. You'll more than likely find us. That way you can get the idea of what we do because you can watch us and listen to us right here on ESPN 690. Now, y'all know how we normally do, fellas. We're going to get right into it. So I got to give our shout outs. So make sure you find us on Twitter at Rec Room Sports, on TikTok at Rec Room Sports Hub, on YouTube at THEE Rec Room Sports Hub. And then, of course, I got to give a shout out to all my drivers. My drivers, what it do? I see you out there. What's your 20? You know what I'm saying? Where you heading? Where you going? Make sure you check in with us. If you on, I-10, you're on 295. You're on 95 in that traffic because you know how it is about around 4 o'clock, between 4 and 6. Whew, it's crazy out here on the Jacksonville streets. But, of course, man, we got some headlines jumping off the page right now.
Before we get to headlines, do we have an idea where Jay is?
Yes, we do have a location on Jay. I will be bringing that up later on in the show. Thank you, Scott. He's actually in a really interesting place, so I can't wait to tell everybody where Jay is. But in the headlines, man, first and foremost, crazy, right? I feel like it's been a while, but this is a good one. Serena Williams, right? She is making a comeback, so to speak, if you will. Right about now, she's getting ready to join others as we get ready for June 2026. She has announced that she is returning to professional tennis, right? Her comeback will begin at the HSBC Champions at the Queen's Club in London, a grass court, which is where she is dominant at. and it'll be in doubles. That's from June the 8th to the 14th. Pretty much the doubles will focus on her getting that movement back, making sure that she can still, move laterally. Because of course you gotta traverse that landscape on a grass court. Her partner has been confirmed as 19-year-old Canadian rising star Victoria Mbuko. That's right. So she better not let her down. The pair entered the event as a wild card team, which is a special entry. And the idea would be the last time we saw Serena was September 2nd, 2022, where she lost in the third round to Alja Tomljanovic in a 3-set match. So big news in the world of tennis as we possibly get ready to see her. Huh?
That is false.
That's
Last
false?
time we saw Serena Williams was 2024 crip walk in the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, she was out there. They can't lie about that. Yeah, they were not like us that day when she was out there doing the sea walk. For real. And then right about now, crazy story in the world of women's athletics. The 2026 NCAA Women's College World Series is going on right about now, and we're doing a little Texas two-step, y'all, as we get ready to see the number 2 seed Texas Longhorns and the number 11 Texas Tech Raiders do a little bit of a rematch from 2025. Now, this is one that they have been waiting on. Of course, most of the women in and around the team are from or around the Texas area. They have been playing each other for years, and to see each other once again in a rematch from the 2025 season is a big deal. The Lubbock Regional was hot. The Austin Regional was hot. The Austin Super Regional had a hard-fought series where Texas overcame Arizona State to secure their spot in the Women's Championship World Series. And now the world is going to have eyes on both teams as we get ready to see what is leading up to be a pretty classic matchup as we get to see it once again. Like I said, it's a rematch. But then I got to do this, man, on a somber note. We would like to welcome you to Rec Room Sports, as we always do, to say that today we will remember a true legend of the NBA coaching world, Rick Adelman, who passed away earlier this week at the age of 79. And Coach Adelman's career spanned several decades. It was marked by several stops that a lot of people will remember. He coached 23 seasons in the NBA, accumulating 10,042 wins, which at his time of passing was ranked 10th all time in league history. Perhaps a lot of people are going to remember for his time in Portland, where he got them to the NBA Finals appearance in 1990 and in 1992. Even though they didn't get a chance to win, we know he was stopped by a guy in a Bulls jersey named Michael something, right? Y'all know, everybody knows that around that 90s team.
Who?
And of course, Rick Adelman was highly successful with the Sacramento Kings from 99 to 2006. He was a part of the trade that sent Jason Williams to the then Vancouver Grizzlies, but brought in Mike Bibby, which changed the league and somewhat brought in a bit of that European style of basketball with Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, Mike Bibby, and now coach of the Sacramento Kings, Doug Christie. So a great team, but of course that team was stopped by a gentleman or two gentlemen. One, Shaquille O'Neal, and two, a young with a fro, Kobe Bryant. So yeah, unfortunately, Coach Adelman did not make it to the finals, but it is what it is. Later on, he joined the Rockets, was a part of that 22-game win streak between 2007 and 2008, and got a lot of notoriety once again for that. But beyond the statistics, Coach Adelman will be well respected and remembered for his stops and changing the game, in which we began to see a little bit of that 4 and 5 out that we get to see right about now. Uncle Scott, man, I remember you were talking off camera about a couple things when it comes to that Rick Adelman coaching legacy. What you was thinking about that?
Yeah, so he started his coaching career in a community college in Oregon before he got hired by the Trailblazers. If everybody remembers Dr. Jack Ramsey, who was one of the best coaches in the 70s for the Portland Trailblazers, hired him as assistant coach. When Dr. Jack Ramsey left, another guy came in and they kept Adelman. So, and then he got the interim coach and stuff like that. There's one team in the West that stopped him year after year when he was in the playoffs, and it's the Lakers. Could never beat the Lakers.
Never beat the Lakers.
Never beat the Lakers. And that is what stopped him from going to more NBA finals. He went to Golden State. I don't know how many people can remember Golden State, but he went there for 2 years and they weren't winning seasons. That was pre-Steph Curry, obviously. And then he went to Sacramento and he became, I think, the coach that a lot of teams wanted because of what Sacramento he was able to do with the Kings. Took them to the Western Conference Finals. Took them, 2000, 2002. They played the Lakers. I think both were 7-game series. And they were really good series. It wasn't really like it was blowouts. They were close games throughout. So, again, Rick Adelman's a guy that when you think of offensive basketball, you think of Rick Adelman. He changed the culture of every team he went to in terms of their offense. They became much, much better and much, much more efficient. And then he ended his coaching tenure with Minnesota for a year or two. So he was always rumored to go to the Knicks, never went to the Knicks, but his name was always thrown about when it came to the Knicks, when there was an opening. So really good coach, really good coach. Again, most out of his players, and he was an offensive-minded coach. Defensively, his teams were not known for that. Offensively, they were putting up 120-point games consistently. So he will be missed. He's a guy, and his son coaches the Denver Nuggets too. That's the thing we don't talk about either. So, I mean, his son is just carrying on the Adelman tradition, so to speak. So,
yeah, man, most definitely. I was a big Sacramento Kings fan at that time, so it really hurt me to see Kobe and Shaq win. Bobby G, your thoughts on Coach Adelman and his career as it spanned over 20 years? I know you got a little bit something to say about that.
Oh man, Scott said it all and said the best, man. The only thing unfortunate is that he was not able to, capture more championships. This is one of those coaches that will probably go under-recognized because he didn't win more titles.
Mm-hmm. If it only wasn't for a Kobe and a Michael, we could definitely be talking about Coach Adelman in the likes of multiple coaches who got that opportunity and capitalized on it. But then, I was doing my research, guys. I was doing my research. I was looking for stuff, and I got an opportunity to get a story. So big shouts out to my friend Kayla Brown, who informed me of this one. Now, we were talking about the idea of women in the World College World Series, right? Scott, Bobby, I know we've all had to traverse some adversity, but could you imagine producing a human while playing a sport? That's what happened with Nebraska's Jordy Fromm. That's right there. Ace pitcher was going through the majority of this season while pregnant. That's right. Jordy Fromm announced on the news Monday via Instagram, the day after the Cornhuskers were eliminated from the Women's College World Series quarterfinals, that she was married to former Nebraska pitcher Trey Fromm in the offseason, and that their baby is due in December. It's a great picture. I hope you guys can go find it. It's on both Trey Fromm and Jordy Fromm's Instagram. It's a picture of some boots. It's a big pair of boots. It's obviously a woman's pair of boots. It's a little tiny little baby pair of boots. One of the cool things I think about it, man. But somehow, some way, we've got to recognize the fact that this took place. I don't know. Guys in hockey, they tear ACLs and they go out there and they skate on the ice. MVP, NBA players, they, get fouled hard and you get, maybe you get a little flop or something like that. But this young lady was pitching, right? Pitching, and not only was she pitching, this was her She is one of the first home runs. She made her first home run, in the NCAA history to go back-to-back with at least 20 wins in the circle. That means pitching, and 20 home runs in the box. Huh? We got 20 and 20, and you was pregnant, man. Come on, man. We got to make some noise for that. That is crazy, if you ask me. But of course, women in this world are known to do amazing things. So please give it up for Jordy Fromm. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I almost feel like we can't even top that one.
Yeah, that's. Come on now.
Like, for real. I don't know where to go with this, because if Jordy Fromm hears me not give her enough props, I don't want none of that pregnant woman smoke. I don't know if you've ever dealt with a woman who's either hungry and or pregnant, but it's a whole nother type of thing. So please, let's give Jordy Fromm her props. But guys, we got a whole show to go today, man. I'm telling you what, coming up in just a little while, we've got our guy, Evan Wheeler, who will be bringing us that funk, like always, as we talk about the NBA Finals, Game 1, which took place last night in San Antonio. And then in that second hour, we got to do our thing. We got to talk to our guy, Uncle Bo Crouch. We're going to talk about the NFL and the June 1st moves that were made right after those cap exceptions were taken up. And boy, was a historic move made. So we're going to go ahead and take our first break and get ready for that second one. We got Brian over there. Brian, what to do? I see you. Go ahead and hit us with something, man. We're going to be right back. It's the Rec Room Sports Crew right here on ESPN 690.
Yeah, man, if y'all ever want to come through, come check out the shop, Unique Trends and Styles. We got a lot of stuff to do. Game room. Come check out the great barbers we have in here. You know, anybody could cut you up. Fresh cuts every day, clean cuts. Consistency is the key, and we always got you. Thank you.
Hey, Ma. What's up? Let's lie, and we can talk sports tonight. That's right, man. It's your boy K Witch right here from the Anajar Levine Studios. It's the Rec Room Sports Radio Show where we bring the internet to your radio. That is what we do. I'm so glad you are here. Please don't go anywhere because remember, we are giving tickets away during this first hour. So I need you to go ahead and get that number down. It's going to be 904-362-9901. Brian, our producer, is ready to answer the phone, but don't call in yet. I need you to listen to this first block, man. So right about now, we were all witness to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals games, and we were salivating as we waited and waited for the Western Conference to get over with so we can figure out who the Knicks were going to play. And we found out the Knicks were going to play the San Antonio Spurs, and boy, were we excited. If you didn't get a chance to check out the show from last week, please visit us on YouTube and go watch that episode. We had a great time. But last night, we got it. Finally, what we wanted, game one of the NBA Finals. And it's crazy because I was just excited to see Kenny, EJ, Shaq, and Charles from the NBA Tonight crew present that show and give us the analysis we've always wanted because they never get a chance to do the NBA Finals. But somewhere in there, Scott, we got a selfie mid-game. My man, and the thing is, in the NFL, normally they wait for like a dead ball or a TV timeout. Nah, my man said, forget it. I'm going to run out during the play and run straight up to Wemby and try and take a selfie, man. What do you make of that, Scott?
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
You got banned from everything.
You're banned from every NBA arena in America for life.
For life.
I hope it was worth it. I really do, because what you paid for those tickets and what you did and what the result was. Wemby said after the game, I didn't know what to do. I was standing there, all of a sudden I see somebody run with a phone and a camera.
He was laughing. If you see the replay, Wemby was laughing. Mitchell Robinson looked astonished. But yeah, Wemby at least got a good sense of humor out of it. Now, if you are like some people and you bet on a lot of things, during the Super Bowl, the guy who streaked last year actually bet on there to be a streaker during the Super Bowl, and he won like $10.5 million, but he got tackled and went to jail. I don't know. I think that might be worth it. What do you think, Bobby?
People, stay in your doggone seats. Listen to as somebody like I used to work security, so there were certain situations we wish somebody would do something stupid like that because it's game time, it's show time. At the Apollo, and we the Sandman, and yeah, just stay in your seats, enjoy the game. That's all you got to do.
Right. Can you imagine being in New York? And you do something like that, and you paid over $200,000 for a seat at Madison Square Garden in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, and you run onto the court because you want to take a picture with Wemby.
Oh my God!
And you get banned for. Is it worth it? I mean, that's my question. Is it worth it?
That's crazy, man. I don't know if after you get banned from everything for the rest of your life. Like I said, he had to have bet on that. Somebody had to do it, but somebody I'm going to bet on every time to come through and do what he does best. And that means analyze, break down, scheme, plot, strategize, and let us know what took place. I got to make sure that we are betting on our guy from P5. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Evan Wheeler.
What's up, fellas? Happy
Evan,
Thursday.
I just want to know if somebody approached you with a camera to take a selfie, would you take it during the game?
Come on, Scott. Absolutely, brother. Listen, it's definitely worth it, man, especially if you're like older. Like, I'm not too sure about that gentleman situation, but I'm thinking somebody like myself. Like, I would love to take my children to games when I get older, but I don't care about really going and watching because I can watch it on TV. So if I could get a picture with Wemby, I think I might take that, man. It might be worth it, man. That might be something I have to do. So for me, it might be worth it, especially like if Witt said, if somebody's betting on that, come on, man. If we could rack up $10 million to get a selfie or get on the court, I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, dude put down like $1,000 bet. He bought the tickets to the Super Bowl, which probably cost an exorbitant amount of money. Went out there, got naked, ran out there, got tackled, went to jail and won $10.5 million. I think it's okay.
It's okay, baby. It's definitely okay. It's good to see you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for having me on again. I always appreciate it so much.
Hey, man, of course, man, we appreciate you coming down and doing what you do for us. So, of course, Evan, you were one of the guys whose eyes were glued to the TV as we got a chance to see something that we were anticipating for about a week or so. When we finally figured out it was going to be the Spurs playing the Knicks, I know me and you have been texting back and forth, but we got a game, a serious game. It wasn't a blowout, wasn't nothing to be slept on. It was really top tier basketball at its finest, and that's what we normally get from an NBA Finals game. But when we get the outcome of 105-95, I really don't think that the final score, tells the story of what was actually happening on the court, and that's why we brought you in, bro. So as you got a chance to observe what was happening, what'd you get from game one of the NBA Finals, bro?
Absolutely, man. So I'm going to start by saying this. When we went into the fourth quarter, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the score was in the mid-70s. And when I saw a score like that, I was like, okay, I feel like this style definitely favors how the Knicks want to play. And if we're not mistaken, just a couple weeks ago, the Knicks were down by 22 points against the Cavaliers and came back and ended up winning that game. So it's funny. I'm going to put myself out there a little bit. I was in the middle of doing something. I wasn't around my TV, but I didn't want to miss the game. So I found out sometimes you can get on TikTok live, and occasionally somebody will be streaming the game live. So a Knicks fan happened to be streaming it, and he mentioned during the broadcast when some people were freaking out about them being down 13 points. He was like, fellas, we've been here before. Like, we're not worried at all. We've been here before. And so just hearing the confidence of their fans, seeing the way that they were playing, and also, man, I mean, I think it's time to give this guy his dues. I mean, we're talking about, I think I saw a stat that Jalen Brunson now has the second most 30-point games of a point guard in the history of the NBA playoffs. I mean, that is unbelievable when you think that this is this guy's first finals run. But I want to go start with this. A lot of people that I talked to before the series got started talked about how they felt game one was going to be an advantage for the Spurs and a disadvantage because of the rest situation for the Knicks. In my opinion, I didn't think that that was going to be a big deal, simply because the Knicks have a bunch of veteran players who know what it takes not only to win, but to be prepared. You think about all those Villanova guys that won a championship playing under Jay Wright. You think about the 38-0 experience, almost getting to the mountaintop with Kentucky with Karl Anthony Towns. Sorry, Whit, got to get my Kentucky shout out in. So you think about those small things. I think that put them in a situation to where they were going to be prepared mentally, physically, ready to go for whatever the Spurs were going to give them. And so yesterday, I got to give myself a little bit of props. I did a poll at the gym throughout training yesterday, and I was one of the only people to pick the Knicks winning the game one yesterday. So I was very happy and very thankful about that, but the game was incredible. So my few takeaways and what I thought was, I think the Spurs let go of the rope a little bit. I think they got a little fatigued here in the fourth quarter. I think some open shots generated. I heard Colin Cowherd say a stat, something like 5 more open, which they consider wide open, is within like 1.5 to 2 feet of space. So a wide open jump shot, the Spurs ended up with 5 more of those than the Knicks in the fourth quarter. And if you look at some of the shot making that was going on with Jalen Brunson, I mean, he was working extremely hard to be able to make those shots. So biggest takeaways right off the bat, the percentages of shooting. So the fact that the Knicks shot 41% for the game and 31% from three. You think, my gosh, that's horrible. How did they win? Well, you flip it over to the Spurs. The Spurs shot 36% from the field and only 26% from three. So those numbers are far lower than what they usually do during the regular season and what they've done in the playoffs thus far. I think if you look at the starters, minus my boy Champagne Poppy, shout out to my brother who always calls him that, but minus Champagne, they were 4 for 24 from three between Victor, Castle, Fox, and then Vassell. And I just don't think that that's going to get it done no matter who they're playing against. I was blown away impressed by Karl Anthony Towns last night. He was my X factor coming into the series. I thought that he could physically provide a little bit of resistance for Wemby because he's used to getting physical and knows how to play that way. But I also thought with this newfound role of him being a playmaker out of the mid post, and you see him kind of pull that ball back like a quarterback, holding it up over his head, and he's just diming people one-handed. He only had 4 assists last night, but he had 18 and 12, held Wemby obviously to 6 for 26, which I think is just absolutely crazy. 6 for 21 for 26 points for Wemby. He did get 12 free throws and go 12 for 13 from the line, so that's absolutely incredible. But Wemby only 2 for 9 from 3, so a very, very uncharacteristic game for Wemby as well. But I think the unsung hero, man, and I think if you're a Knicks fan, you just fall in love with this guy. I know when he played for the Lakers, I loved him. But man, Josh Hart, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, so many tap outs, so many extra possessions, so many deflections, loose balls. I mean, he is your 50-50 magnet, and it was just impressive for him to do what he does consistently. He is the ultimate role player. They got what they needed from OG. I mean, they're going to start calling him Big Shot OG. Reminds me a little bit of Ron Harper from back in the day. Shout out to Ron Harper, but just kind of Robert Horry style, just a big shot guy that's going to play defense and be physical and do all the small things. I just think that they have a really good matchup for what we're looking at for the Spurs. And if you look at it, after Champagne went 5 threes in the first half, went scoreless in the second half, I think that was a big deal. I think legs were involved in a little bit of the defense switch from the Knicks in the second half. But how about Shamet coming off the bench with 3 threes, doing what he does best, which is shoot the ball and provide a spark. So I was really, really impressed by that as well. But I really think that this is going to be a long series. I think that the Knicks getting one was huge. I think there was some wear and tear and some physical fatigue from what we're coming from the Thunder series. And I think that Wemby, I'm confident if one of the best players in the world and a guy that can impact the game on both sides says that he'll figure it out, takes ownership that he played bad, I look forward to the changes that are going to be made in game 2. I'll tell you, you do not want to go down 0-2 to these Knicks, because I'm not sure who was in the crowd frustrating Brunson last night, but that look that he had on his face at the end of the game looked like a guy that was a killer that was ready to go get this championship. And he wasn't talking. He wasn't thinking about anything in the post game. He didn't elaborate on anything. He straight said, we can get better. There's a lot of things.
Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of things that, of course, can go right and a lot of things that can't go wrong, especially when you're dealing with the internet on your radio. But as we were pretty much getting to the conclusion of what I think Evan was saying, Scott, you had some thoughts about a couple of things from the takeaways from that were, evident from last night. I think he's coming back in.
Yeah, two things with last night's game. I was on Tana's show yesterday, the Sports Buffoons, and we had all agreed that we were really worried about the Spurs in game 1 simply because of the emotional impact that games. If you looked at them after game 7, they looked like they just won the NBA title.
Oh my gosh.
They beat the defending champs in a grueling 7-game series. Wemby had to be held up and was basically in tears, and they were all more ecstatic than I think they should have been. And usually what happens is when that happens, there's a come down on the next time you're on the court. Mm-hmm. And I think for the Spurs, that come down happened last night a little bit. The second point I'll make is I am in love with OG Anunoby's game. I absolutely love it. I think he's the heart of that team. I think you know what you're going to get from Brunson, Towns, and Hart. I think if OG can keep playing the way he played in game 1 and through the Cleveland series, I think the Knicks are going to be extremely difficult to beat in any game in this series. So, Evan, those 2 points, just wanted to get your thoughts on those 2.
No, I love it, man. I'm sorry. I think I cut out on you. Somebody called me during the session. I don't know how. I need to find a way to be able to put Do Not Disturb when we're doing this.
They need to tune into the show.
Yes, I love that. And I just, man, OG, when you think about all the big shots that he's made over the playoffs thus far, I didn't realize a 7'2" standing reach. So you're talking about a monster of a man, even though he's only 6'8". I say that lightly because he's going against, Wemby. But let's also talk about, Scott, I didn't hear anybody mention, and I forgot to mention, how about Mitchell Robinson? Coming out with a broken finger, suffered in practice in the getting ready for this series, ended up coming out and does what he does defensively. Now, the box score is not going to give you much, but I thought he bothered Wemby. I thought he pushed him around. I thought he provided a physical presence. A lot of those tap backs that Wemby's known for, like the special, I hit it to myself. He only got one of those last night, which I think is a big deal. And I think the emotional thing absolutely plays a factor. I remember I was sitting with my brother when we watched Wemby win, and he was like, whoa, like, you think this guy just won the finals? And I said, listen, I love a guy that cares that much about winning, and I love what he came out and said about, man, I hope this is going to become an addiction and I want 15 or 20 more of these. And when you think about a guy like that, like I can rock with the tears and I can rock with what he's going to do. But listen, I need another game one experience from Wemby. I need another one of those games. I want to feel another one of those opportunities where he dominates from start to finish. I just feel like game 7 and even game 1, while I'm watching, there's just sometimes where he disappears a little bit. And whether that means he's settling some for threes, I think he got bumped off his mark quite a bit trying to handle the ball yesterday. I know his drop step spin from the freaking free throw line, which is the most unbelievable thing ever. It's unbelievable he can do that. I know he only got to that one time last night. And I'm going to say this. I just shouted out Mitchell Robinson, so I'm going to say this as well. Man, Luke Cornett, imagine how much different the season for the Boston Celtics is if they have him in the playoffs instead of the Spurs having him. I mean, that guy is about as serviceable as he reminds me. If you guys remember, in the Miami Heat run, shout out to LeBron, had to get a LeBron shout out too. But Chris Birdman, he reminds me of a guy like that who can just block shots. He's willing to put his body on the line. And what's so impressive about him is he is so smart. He knows exactly where to be. He knows how to bait you in those high ball screen actions to where it looks like he's going to hedge up high, but then he drops back quick and he's ready for the lob. He blocked 2 different lobs last night. That's not easy to do when the ball's getting thrown up 9 feet in the air. So I agree with both of those points. I think we're in for a long series is what I was saying before my phone got interrupted. I think we could go my original prediction, but I was a little bit wrong with the SGA game 7. I thought the Thunder were going to pull that off. So I'm a little bit shaky with that, but I think we're going to go a long series here. And so I'm looking forward to it either way. I think it's going to be fun and we could have a little bit of the changing of the guard. If the Knicks win the NBA Finals, I mean, we are going to have a eruption out of New York City that we have not seen. They will burn the city down. There will be more things going on there. You won't be able to visit there for a month, and you won't be able to leave there if you live there for over a month. And it would be really cool to see.
Yeah, most definitely. I think one of the biggest things that I saw on the internet was that the New York City NYPD, that the famous NYPD that tackled, the aftermath of 9/11. They are preparing for the New York Knicks to win the championship as if, there's possible terrorism about to take place. And that is the crazy part. But they, and the New York Police Department, please get ready, because if it happens, this is going to be a real deal Holyfield type of party for several days. I can't imagine it. Bobby G, I know you had a couple thoughts about game 1. Did you want to go ahead and throw your hat in the ring?
Yeah. Let me get out. Just drop these nuggets before I get out of here real quick. White's almost ready. Mm-hmm. But it's like I told you a week ago, man. This styles make fights. This is a bad fight for the Spurs. It's gonna be Knicks in 5. Wemby, I don't want to say he's gonna get exposed, but for the hype train that's all around him, and it's well deserved. Don't get me wrong, but the holes in his games are gonna get exposed. Like, he doesn't have a post game, and it's no fault of his own. He just has the type of skill set he's not had to develop yet. And we all know big men naturally take longer to develop than guards. So the reason that his shooting stats shouldn't be surprising is because he's going against 2 centers in Cat and Mitchell Robinson, who are just as athletic and just as big, and they're stronger. They can push him off their blocks. Oh, guess what? Plus, we have a guy named OG Anunoby who can get on you. So if you thought Caruso was a problem, these 3 guys are going to be a nuisance. They're going to force you into bad shots. And if he can't 9 foot tall you, if he can't do his work early and get to his spots, every bucket he gets is going to be difficult, which means you're going to need your others to step up, right? And this playoff series, like, coming into the finals, if you take away Mitchell Robinson's free throw stats, the Knicks are three free throw points away from being 50, 40, 90 for the playoffs as a team. Right. Crazy stat. Like you say, Shamit came in 3 for 3. Like, they just have, to me, the Spurs are the deeper team, but the Knicks have more functional depth. They have guys that are coming in, and there's no guess. I don't have to guess if Shamit's going to produce. He's been producing consistently. Like, their depth has been consistently producing all playoffs. There's no guessing to who's going to have to step up. They're all coming in, and they're all doing their jobs every single night. And then they have the best closer in the game. Like it's you can hate, you can love or like Jalen Brunson, whatever. Right now, he is the best fourth quarter player in the NBA,
without question.
Yeah,
And
without a doubt, man. Most definitely. He is the best fourth quarter player in the NBA. But you know what we got to do for about 2 minutes? We're going to take a quick break. We got Evan Wheeler joining us from P5. Evan, you going to stick around for after the break, right?
Yes, sir, brother.
All right, that's what's up. We got a little breakdown going on. And of course, I just got the signal. Brian said we're giving away these tickets. So 904-362-9901. I got a pair of Jacksonville Sharks tickets to go ahead and give away right about now. They're taking on the San Antonio Gunslingers. So since we're talking about San Antonio losing, we're going to go ahead and put the stamp on it. The Jacksonville Sharks are taking the W this weekend and taking out another San Antonio team. So go ahead and let that phone ring. It's 904-362-9901. Hey, Brian, man, play something for the boys so we can go and come back.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's your boy Kid with your Mama's #1 draft pick. This is the Rec Room Sports Radio Show where we bring the internet to your radio. I just gave away a pair of Jacksonville Sharks tickets only because they're playing the San Antonio Spurs. And right now, excuse me, not the San Antonio Spurs. They're playing the San Antonio Gunslingers. And everything in San Antonio has to go due to the fact they just lost game 1 of the NBA Finals. Now, with us today, joining us from an undisclosed area is our good friend Evan Wheeler from P5 Athletics, and he is helping us break down basketball as he always does, as only he can. So, Evan, last week we witnessed the collapse, or necessarily the losing of energy. Let's say that. They lost a lot of energy last week. The Oklahoma City Thunder lost in Game 7 to the San Antonio Spurs. Now, we oftentimes get a moment to break down what's happening with the league. But this is an interesting one, as the Oklahoma City Thunder are very much unlike any other team. So we have a couple of minutes, and I want you to give me your thoughts on what it looks like the the Oklahoma City Thunder should be doing as they go into next season with the best GM in the league, apparently, in Sam Presti, and a plethora of first-round picks. Like, what do you think the OKC Thunder should do, especially with this year's reigning MVP, SGA?
For sure. So I love the question, by the way. When you texted me about this earlier, I absolutely loved it. Real quick before we start that, Bobby, I know he's gone, but I've got to say this to him, man. I would be willing to do a steak dinner bet in Las Vegas that there is no way that the Knicks are going to win in 5. Now,
wow.
My son picked Knicks in 6, so I am rocking with Ace. I love that prediction. But Knicks in 5, when I really feel like the Spurs kind of blew that game last night almost, is just a little bit crazy. Now, I love the boldness, and he's right. Styles do make fights. But I'm telling you, if it goes farther than that or the Knicks don't win, then when I come out there, he owes me a steak dinner, and if not, I'll buy his. So that's a good one for me, so I'm happy with that. All right, here, let's unpack the Thunder situation. So I want to first go on record by saying, without a question, that the Jalen Williams injury and the AJ Mitchell injury completely shifted the Thunder Spurs series. Mm-hmm. If you watch that last game and you are a non-biased fan, you clearly saw that other than SGA, there was zero shot creation for other players. Now, I like Jared McCain, young player, a lot of talent. I think he's going to be a part of their rotation, especially as they move forward. But he is a shot creator for himself. He is not going to shot create and get assists and get open looks for other guys on a consistent basis. So what I saw was Shea having to do everything on his own from a creation standpoint, also having to still try to get his own shot while keeping them afloat because other guys were hitting, but not at the same rate. And I want to say this. I think that we're going to have a 30 for 30 come out in the next 10 years, and we're going to investigate Alex Caruso Game 7 because I firmly believe that something went on, because for him to be as good as he was for the entire series, and he's airballing mid-ranges, bricking free throws, flopping, which is not what he does. He's not the guy that flops on the Oklahoma City Thunder. I was completely shocked. I would put most of the blame on that Game 7 loss on him and the way that he played. But that does not affect that I want him moving forward. I absolutely want him on my roster. So Lou Dort's got to go. So we're okay with him walking. We're comfortable with him walking. He was borderline unplayable in this series. I think you can get the same defensive intensity with Case and Wallace. You also get a better shooter. You get a younger player. You get a better athlete. So Lou Dort's got to go. Now, what do we do with Chet, okay? Because when Chet goes up against every other center in the NBA not named Wembanyama, he is a nightmare to most. And he usually has, 18 and 9 this year, all-star. Like, he is obviously a very good young player. But if I can package a Chet Holmgren with these 2 picks and I can get Giannis, I have to do it if I'm Sam Presti in Oklahoma City, because here's what's going to happen. Now, I may be wrong, and this is when I wish Bobby was on because I'd love to talk about his Knicks picks, but let's just say we look up in 2.5 weeks from now and Wemby has won the championship. And let's say that they did it in a pretty substantial fashion. Let's say that they wear down the Knicks and it just looks overwhelming towards the back half.
Oh, somebody's calling him again. I think he's going to say, what if they get worn out, right? And we say, okay, look at Victor Wembanyama, be great, right? What if that's what he's going for? I think that's what Evans is going for. Will we see Chet Holmgren in the same light? I think that's where he's going for. Oh, there we go. He's back. Yeah, you were
I'm
just
sorry,
saying.
another call.
I
So
know.
let's say we look up and it's an overwhelming landslide towards the end of the series. I think we are going to be looking at a situation where we are Kevin Durant going to join Steph Curry because we have to beat a LeBron James type of situation. I think that's where the NBA is going to go, because if you can pair Giannis at his age with SGA in that Thunder organization with the way that they play, where you have Caruso under contract, AJ Mitchell, Chet would be out of the way, so you don't have to worry about anything there on a second option or what's going to happen. Is he going to be reliable? You can still more than likely keep a mixture of the Cason Wallace, Jared McCain, AJ Mitchell type of situation. I think they keep Jalen Williams, so you may have to lose Chet. There's a chance you may have to potentially lose J-Dub, but let's say that Milwaukee wants Chet and J-Dub, but you get to keep your picks. Well, now you get Giannis, you get to take Yaxel or a player like that early on in the draft, and then you're still in the same, if not a better situation. One thing that I will promise you is that I promise you Sam Presti is going to make a move. There's no way he's going to sit on his hands and not do anything. He is active always, and I think that SGA has proven that he can get you to the mountaintop, and he is ready to lead for however many years, and I think that Giannis deserves to be in a situation where he has a realistic chance to win. Now, is that good for the NBA? Like, of course not. Was Kevin Durant going to the Warriors good for the NBA? Well, if you were a Warriors fan, absolutely. And it brought a ton of attention there. I don't necessarily think that it would be good for the trajectory of the NBA, but could you imagine a Western Conference Finals with the Thunder and the Spurs, and you've got Giannis and Shea going up against Wemby and the young boys and all of that? Because I feel like we're going to be looking at a landscape shift. Anthony Edwards might be looking a little differently. Jokic might be looking a little differently. There might be some things and some players that could potentially be thinking about a move if we come out of these next 2 weeks and Victor Wembanyama has won the championship. Now, if the Knicks end up winning, I think that the Oklahoma City are going to still make a move, but I'm not sure that we're willing to package everything in that situation to try to get over the mountaintop, because we did go 7 games. And if AJ Mitchell plays and if we're healthy 100%, I firmly believes that makes a huge difference. And Whit, I have to say this, I cannot get off air without mentioning this, because this was one of my biggest key takeaways from the first block when we talked about the first game of the finals. There is no way that Dylan Harper becomes the youngest teenager ever to score 10 plus points in the finals, and then you play him 3 minutes in the fourth quarter when he was unstoppable and one of the only guys that showed zero fear throughout the whole entire game. I thought that was a mistake by the San Antonio Spurs, and I would absolutely, with that coach and how smart he is, I guarantee you they saw that on film, and you will see a heavy dose of closing Dylan Harper in this game too. That's what I can promise you. So I'm sorry to touch back, but I forgot to mention that in block 1, so I had to make sure that I said that as well.
Oh, man. Well, listen, bro, you know, the idea is when we bring you on to do it, we want you to do stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Drop a bomb for the take about taking the young Dylan Harper out. Because first of all, I'm completely 100% with you. I know Alan is in the back. Big shouts out to AP Alan Perales in the building. Uncle Scott's got something to say, but this is one of those times where we have got to say goodbye to Evan. It's getting closer to that 5 o'clock hour. Guys, we've got more tickets to give away. Evan, thank you for bringing that heat.
Man, thank you,
like
guys.
you always do. I can't wait to bring you back next week so we can talk about the games from over the weekend. Evan, where can we catch you doing your thing with the P5 this week?
Absolutely, man. It's been a fantastic start to the summer. As you know, these are going to be long days and long nights as we get into these summer months, but super thankful. I'll be at the gym always, man. Saturday and Sunday, we're playing here locally in a tournament. We'll be at JU on Sunday. If you want to come check us out and kind of see what we do, we're playing early in the morning. We're going to be around the city. But if you guys need anything from a basketball standpoint, from a coach standpoint, mentor standpoint, man, hit us up at P5 Athletics, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you need, man. It's all directly connected to me and my wife. So I just want to say, Whit, thank you so much for the awesome opportunity for this platform. Scott, it was great talking to you today. I always look forward to it, and I can't wait to talking to you guys again, man. So thank you again for this opportunity.
Always, man. Of course, you know what it is, man. It's Rec Room Sports
Yeah.
Radio Show where we bring the internet to your radio. Thank you again, Evan, for bringing us with that funk. And we're going to be right back after this hour because you know why? NFL is getting heated up, and we got to definitely talk about that with Uncle Bo Crouch. So we'll be back. Hey, yo, Brian, play something for the team.
Yeah, man, if y'all ever want to come through, come check out the shop, Unique Trends and Styles. We got a lot of stuff to do. Game room. Come check out the great barbers we have in here. Anybody could cut you up. Fresh cuts every day, clean cuts. Consistency is the key, and we always got you. Thank you.
I want that special delivery. I need that special delivery. I see you doing the Harlem Shake in your car. It's your boy K with your mama's #1 draft pick. This is the Rec Room Sports Radio Show, where we bring the internet to your radio. I am excited to be here. I got my guy Uncle Scott Kolb in the building, and as I look in the green room, I see the four-time Rookie of the Year podcaster right there. I see my guy, our friend of the show, AP Alan Perales in the building. Alan, what it do?
It's been a long day. I'm glad to be here.
Alan, how was the steak in the green room? Was it good?
Oh, fantastic. I don't know who seasoned it today, but props to you.
Thank you for joining us, Alan, after a hard day of work. This is how we greet you with food in the green room. But of course, as y'all heard, we are getting ready to do one of the things that we have been clamoring for here on the show. We want to talk a little bit of football, and I would be remiss if I did not have my guy in the back from Coast to Coast Sports, one of our favorite FOTSs. That's right, friend of the show. We got Uncle Bo Crouch in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Bo, what's up?
What's up, guys? Good to see you.
Man,
opening night of the NFL season should be interesting, Bo, shouldn't it?
No question. Yeah.
Well, let's get to this now. What did you think of the A.J. Brown trade to the Patriots? We knew it was coming, but now that it's official.
I
what do you
mean,
think that does for the Patriots?
Was there ever a doubt? There was some pretty good inside information.
Extremely good.
I wonder.
Extremely good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that is good for both teams, honestly. Obviously a great target for Drake May, right? So New England gets a guy, and you don't have to worry about any of the drama end of it, right? Like every one of these guys are good for a season, right? I mean, whether it's Stephon Diggs, like all of that, you can get guys in line for a season. The honeymoon period is real, so he's going to come in, he's going to ball out. So great target for you guys. Right. On the flip side, the Eagles are just fine too, right? Because A.J. Brown then goes out and gets on a podcast and says that his relationship, or they didn't really have a relationship over the last couple of years. And so you could tell there was animosity there. So this is addition by subtraction. Do they have the talent level of an A.J. Brown? Maybe not. Mm-hmm. Do you have better continuity without him? Probably.
Probably.
So I think this is really a win-win for both situations. Worst kept secret ever.
Well, guys, before we get too deep, wait, Uncle Scott, before we get too deep, I want to do something fun. We've got the people listening. We've got Bo's people in on the podcast. Big shouts out to everybody who follows Bo on his channel. They are joining us right now on the Rec Room Sports Hub. So welcome, everybody listening. So we're going to do something fun today. Okay. We got a lot of information that came out from the June 1st, cap exemption moment, in which all of a sudden everybody who had their money moved or was not hit on the first part of the offseason, they did some things, right? So technically, some people got delivered to their new destination. So we're going to play something fun, man. We're going to play special delivery. Okay, we're going to do that right about now and see exactly where we go with this one. So how about this? So first of all, the idea, gentlemen, is the comparison of the player and the location. So we got to start from the top. Got to. No other way to do it. Myles Garrett goes from the Cleveland Browns for Jared Verse and 2 first-rounders to LA to the Rams. So the first part of the game, and I'm gonna hit the sound effect right quick. The very first part of the game of special delivery is gonna be who's got to deliver, guys? Myles Garrett or the LA Rams? Who is going to, or who has to deliver now that the trade is gone? And Bo, just to try it out, you can go ahead and go first.
All right. Easily the Rams. The Rams have to show out here. What the defensive player of the year can do, right? He's the reigning defensive player of the year. All he has to do is come in and do his job. You are looking at the Rams as everybody's favorite before this move. So now, you got to go prove this thing. You got to go win the games that everybody assumes you're going to go win. So now Myles Garrett has to do his job, right? Because it's not like they got rid of a scrub to go bring him in. Jared Verse is no joke, right? Mm-hmm. He was a great talent. He was defensive rookie of the year. So it's not like they got rid of a nobody. In fact, Verse is better against the run than Myles Garrett. So I think the most pressure in that room falls on the Rams.
I got you. Uncle Scott. You know what it is, man. So Uncle Scott, who's got to deliver, Scott?
I agree with Bo. I think it's the Rams. Remember, the last time the Super Bowl was in SoFi, the Rams went out and traded for Matthew Stafford. And then the Rams had to prove that trade was the right deal for them. And they had to surround him with guys that could ball out. Same thing here. The Rams traded the Super Bowls at SoFi. They pointed toward the Super Bowl. They better make sure as an organization that they surround themselves with good pieces around Myles Garrett. And they have them with Byron Young and the cornerbacks that they traded for and signed in free agency as well. So the Rams are doing everything they can to get back to Super Bowl. So the Rams have the most pressure on them.
Gotcha. And of course,
it's funny.
Alan,
wait, before he goes, I thought you were going to go a little bit different way with this segment. The way you came into it, I was like, oh, is this going to be the comparison? Like he finally got a paycheck and got rid of his Honda and stepped into a Ferrari. Like that, you go away from the Browns and step into an organization that isn't. I'm sad Bobby G isn't here.
I know.
Honestly, I was hoping Bobby G could participate shortly. So because I got one for him because we got to talk about the flip, which would be Jared Verse going to the Browns. But of course, Alan, thank you for joining us fresh off of work. Your thoughts on the trade, and of course, who's got to deliver, the Rams or Myles Garrett?
I mean, 100% it's the LA Rams because we saw how this went down last time. You make it to the Super Bowl, you're seen as a genius if you're Stan Kroenke, the owner and whatnot. But if you don't, people are going to second guess you for the rest of your tenure there. Especially with how loaded your team is right now. And especially if somebody comes out of retirement. If you don't win a Super Bowl this year, then that is probably one of the biggest disappointments in NFL history.
Hold on, Alan. You said somebody come out of retirement. Who you talking about?
You tell me.
I mean, I don't know. Somebody who wears 99 went to college at Pitt. That guy.
Hey, as a Seahawk fan, all I can say is, bruh.
Right.
I mean, it's fair, Bo. Everybody in Seattle already hates me anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, this is where I will go with it. Of course,
it's that and the obvious.
Listen, everybody's saying that LA has to do with the delivering. I'm gonna be the opposite on this one. I think Myles Garrett has to do it. Look here, sir. You've been in Cleveland in obscurity for the entirety of your career. We understand that, but this is LA. We do not play that. When you come to LA, look at LeBron. I heard you like to dunk basketballs. We got LeBron in LA. Look at what happened to him. He at least got one championship. Look at Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard won a championship there. We brought him here to bring championship, expectations to the LA Clippers. It hasn't happened yet, but the Clippers organization turned itself around. Think about hockey. You can't think about Wayne Gretzky without thinking about the Kings. So we brought him to the Kings a long time ago. Now we are the LA Rams. We once brought Von Miller. Hey, Von Miller did his job. He got a ring. Now it's your turn. You went and got how many sacks in Cleveland? I need you to do almost that amount in LA, because the idea is last year the Rams were constantly in shootouts. They were put in situations in which Matthew Stafford had to depend on a halfway broken Puka Nacua to put the points up on the board so that they can win these games. They brought you here to close these games out, my good sir. I do not care about quarter 1 through 3, but quarter 4, oh yeah, I need 2 sacks. I need 1.5. I need you to assist on a sack every time. And even if it's not a sack, I need you to make everyone on the offensive line afraid that you may get a sack, and which will influence how the opposition will call plays, which will influence how they either run the ball or throw the ball, which will give this newfound secondary that the LA Rams have once again said F these picks to, and built around the idea that, hey, just like Uncle Scott said, the Super Bowl is in SoFi. Just imagine being the number 1 seed and playing how many 4 straight games at home? Possibly?
Yeah.
Unheard of, unbeknownst to anyone else. I think if I did my math, I don't think that anybody else has done that. Play 4 home games in the playoffs and technically be in the Super Bowl at home. You don't got to go nowhere. We don't got to do no hotel stay. We don't got to do nothing special. We got the trainers and everything, because by the end of the season, Myles Garrett, this could be you right next to us holding this trophy with Sean McVay, with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and the rest of a slew of other, players who are going to have to put up or shut up, because this is and maybe quite possibly Aaron Donald. I don't know, I don't know if Aaron Donald's really going to come out of retirement, but Aaron Donald will be there. Aaron Donald going to be in the gym. You know where Aaron Donald's going to be? Aaron Donald's going to be in the gym waiting for Myles Garrett to come on. You know how everybody's been. I haven't been to the gym in a while, but it used to be somebody I used to go to the gym with. And every once in a while, I would get up and they would slap the bench and go, "Come on over. Let's get up. Let's get ready. Let's go ahead and get a couple in real quick." And that is going to be what you got to look forward to. So for me, if anybody has to deliver, it's got to be Aaron Donald. Myles Garrett. That's who's got to deliver.
One question, Bo.
Yeah.
Do you think the NFL needs to put a rule in the Rams get no more first-round draft picks for the rest of their organization's life?
They don't use them anyway.
To be fair, they don't use them. So
they don't know.
And they can't be trusted with them anyway, because they took the 13th pick and picked a guy that doesn't help them at all. So,
I know that.
So just to respond to Whit there is his numbers aren't going to be as good. Like, he's not going to have as many sacks. And the main reason for that is their offense can stay on the field. So the defense doesn't have 38 minutes a game to try and get sacks.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, his numbers aren't going to be as good.
I mean, listen, you are correct, and now that you say that, it makes 100% sense, because somehow, some way, Matthew Stafford is going to be going up and down the field. He will have less. But if he comes out with a 10, 12 sack season, 8, what can we say? This is what we brought him here for. So now that we talked about one side of this trade, gentlemen, we might as well talk about the other side of the trade, in which somehow, some way, Jared Verse gets to join the Browns. Somebody has to deliver. I don't know who delivers in Cleveland. Bobby knows who delivers. So let's go, Alan, man. You go ahead and go first. Who has got to deliver on this side of the trade?
I mean, you got to say by default it's Jared Verse, because the Browns have zero expectations whatsoever. But the good part about it with Verse, though, is that defense is still pretty loaded. That is, like, even without Myles Garrett, they still have a lot of good talent on that defense. Carson Schwarzenegger was Rookie of the Year last year. Mason Graham was solid for them last year, and they just continued to add defensive talent in all three levels of their defense. So it's still going to be one of the better defenses in the NFL. The Browns as an organization don't have any expectations, so I'm not going to put anything on them. I will say Jared Verse is going to have a lot of big shoes to fill because he is replacing Myles Garrett, but I think he doesn't have to have that much pressure on him because of the talent around him as well.
Okay, 100%. Bo, you got some Seahawks talk down here, I see. But when we talk about the Browns, man,
around everywhere he goes.
Everywhere he goes, right? When we're talking about the Browns right now, Jared Verse does come into this season having 4 his rookie, 7.5. I think it's 7.5. 7.5 this past season. So he's a player to be recognized. Who you think is going to do the delivering when it comes to the Browns?
So who is going to deliver will be Verse. Who needs to deliver is the Browns. And the video I just shared with you is exactly why. So this was the response of Verse getting sent to the Browns. So this isn't me hating. Bobby G, if you watch this back, this is not me hating on your team. This is the guy you just got. So if you want to hit play there, you get this was him in a press conference.
Ooh, wait a minute.
I loved LA. I love the coaches, the organization, my teammates, everybody a part of it, the staff, the fans. I love the whole vibe of LA, Los Angeles, the Rams, and it was upsetting. I was upset for a good little bit of time. But when you're an athlete, you understand the nature of business. Everybody does what they think is best for their business, and that's the situation that I'm in. I'm happy to be a part of the Browns. I'm happy that they believed in me and they were able to make that trade and bring me here. Be with my teammates, be with everybody here, and I truly do believe in everybody in the locker room. But it was upsetting at first. But you got 2 choices: that you can either work or you can give up, and I ain't never been a quitter.
I like that.
So he's saying he's going to do the work, but he's also alluding to the fact that he needs to see something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I can add a lot to that. Like he was upset that he left a Super Bowl favorite for a team that might be in the playoff picture. And I don't fault him for it. Now, from the Browns end, this was a great move. You get a younger guy, defensive player, defensive rookie of the year, Pro Bowl talent, and draft picks on top of it. Makes all the sense in the world for a team that is trying to kind of rebuild stuff. Also, you can tell based on the things that they've done that they don't know that they have their quarterback in the room, right? So getting this extra first paired with the one they have, they could potentially, move up in next year's draft to get one of these high value quarterbacks, because they keep talking about Deshaun is leading the way when it comes to this quarterback race. He hasn't had good games in 5 years, and your 2 rookies that you got last year aren't beating him out. That's a real concern. That makes me think you may not have your quarterback in the room. So a move like this, you get a top level talent for the defense that you have under team control for a few years still, and draft picks. You have the ability to move up, maybe get a quarterback yet again. I think there's some real, team building stuff that the Browns are doing that if you're a Browns fan, you got to be encouraged about.
Yeah, the idea is, he made it clear. Jared Verse basically said it right there in front of everybody. Yeah, I was upset, but am I going to quit? No. And I am of the belief that he has, if I'm not mistaken, 2 plus a 5th-year option, which of course the Browns can pick up. I need to go in there and show out. I need to go in there and shake the tree and see what falls onto the ground, because I could get paid, PAID, here in Cleveland, because that is what they do. Anyway, guys, of course, we're getting ready to be right up on the edge of a break. I see my producer, Brian, right over there. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. It is the ESPN 690 Rec Room Sports Radio Show. And Brian, do us a quick favor. Play something for the boys. We'll be right back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. That's right. It's the Rec Room Sports Radio Show where we bring the internet to your radio. We are joined today by my good friend, the FOTS, all the way out there on the West Coast, Uncle Bo Crouch from Coast to Coast Sports. And we are doing a fun thing today, gentlemen. We are playing a game. We are playing special delivery where we are talking about the moves that were made as the NFL began to heat up, trades left and right, future Hall of Famers sent from another coast to another coast, all kinds of stuff. But that's what we do. So magically, guys, on the other side of the I-75, I-95 pipeline was a trade which involved a wide receiver who seems to be, top 5, no less than top 10 in receptions and touchdowns. We're talking about, of course, A.J. Brown from the then Philadelphia Eagles and the now New England Patriots. So when it comes to that trade, which of course we all kind of knew about was going to happen way before now, especially when we got wind of Mike Vrabel having some extracurricular fun, now that we actually have it in hand, gentlemen, when we talk about A.J. Brown joining the Patriots, who has to deliver? Is it A.J. Brown or is it the Patriots? Special delivery. I'll let Uncle Scott go on this one. I know this is your thing.
It's A.J. Brown to me because he wanted out of Philadelphia. His relationship with Jalen Hurts, he even said it on an interview with Maria Taylor, was not where it was when he got there. It had deteriorated. And as you said, we all knew this was going to happen since February, basically. So, and he's a Patriots fan growing up, and he's played for Mike Vrabel before. A.J. Brown is going to New England as the number 1 receiver without question, and he's going to have to perform like the number 1 receiver because you better believe Drake May is going to try to find him every chance he gets. He's the best receiver, one of the best receivers against man-to-man defense over the last few years in the NFL. Drake May throws the ball well against man-to-man. I think A.J. Brown has a lot of pressure on him to deliver, more so than the Patriots. So it's A.J. Brown.
Yeah, Uncle Bill, what you thinking?
Yeah, no, I'm with Scott here. A.J. Brown has to come in and ball out, right? I mean, they were in the Super Bowl this last year. So, I mean, now, granted, you can say what you want about how they got there, but they were still there. Mm-hmm. So they need A.J. Brown to come in, be the number 1 target that he is, right? His talent is undeniable in that way. So I think this is going to work well. I think both teams kind of have to deliver, but A.J. Brown, if he doesn't show out, there's going to be a lot of talk about, did he just fall off? What's wrong with him? All of that. No one's going to say anything about the Patriots when it comes to that aspect of it.
100%. Yeah. Nobody's going to say nothing about him, but they're going to question if he's not having that output. I don't think, Robert Kraft would appreciate him reading books on the sideline, but we'll see how that goes.
Football for dummies. Let's go.
Right. AP, man, your thoughts, man. Who's got to deliver, A.J. Brown or the Patriots?
I mean, A.J. Brown, of course. As Bo kind of alluded to earlier, the Patriots were in the Super Bowl last year. So I don't think they'd have much to prove other than, maybe getting back there again. And then, of course, the talk in Philadelphia last year was like, whose fault was it for the offense deteriorating? Was it A.J. Brown? Was it Jalen Hurts? Was it, somebody else that, didn't live up to their billing? And, people are going to keep an eye on both sides, too. They're going to watch what A.J. Brown's doing in New England, and they're going to see how the Eagles offense is going to do without him. So, yeah, I think A.J. Brown's got to definitely deliver, and I think he could deliver, especially since, he has a great repertoire with Mike Vrabel. He's from his days in Tennessee, and he already seems like he's starting to work and getting good chemistry with Drake May already. So, yeah, it's a step in the right direction for him. And, again, he's got to deliver when it matters most, though.
Is he Vrabel's wrestling tag team partner? Is that? Oh wait,
no, that's what's
no,
her name?
don't say it.
That's what's her name.
I saw. Remember, we are currently on an ESPN affiliate, so we gotta. We can't say too many names.
That's why I said wrestling.
Right, yeah, right. So of course, man, I like what everybody said, and this is very similar for me right now, where I'm in the boat where, the Patriots made it to the Super Bowl. They had a formidable offense, killer defense at one point in time. This was almost a no-brainer for them to somehow set this up, especially when they found out that there was a bit of turmoil going on in the locker room. The relationship of, the first year, your first year in the league, you had your first successful years in the league. You had Mike Vrabel as a coach. He saw you develop, and now you get to rejoin him, not as the rookie or second or third year player, but as the veteran number one wide receiver, possibly the top 5 wide receiver. And then when I say top 5, he's not necessarily 2 or 3, because that would be Jamar Chase. So it's a lot riding on your shoulders, but I think it's even more riding on the shoulders of Drake May and the offensive coordinator, who of course has been there on multiple occasions. This is one. Oh, I see you, Bobby G. Yeah, I see you.
I was waiting.
300 plus more snaps. Really? Okay. But anyway, as I was saying, the idea would be that Drake May has had Stephon Diggs and A.J. Brown are not necessarily in the same category of wide receiver. They play 2 different styles of wide receiver. But now that you have this complementary piece, what are we going to do with it? You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, the Patriots defense, you got to shut up some teams and make sure that Drake May has the opportunity to not play from behind and off of his back foot. So in reality, for me, I got to go with everybody else and say, hey, the Patriots, you got them. Now what you going to do with them? You know what I mean? And it's as simple as that. But as we look at the other side of this trade, somebody got left behind in Philadelphia. Y'all ever lost somebody you thought was your best friend? You're sitting there, you're looking at the locker and you're going, man, I thought we was cool. I just wanted to focus on all I want to do is, focus on ball. Well, that's kind of what it looks like right now from the side or from the viewpoint of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is still in Philly, still going to be the quarterback. And now we've got to see what happens with him as he no longer has his previous number 1 wide receiver. So who's going to deliver when it comes to the Jalen Hurts and Philadelphia Eagles side of this trade? And I'll go with Bo.
I mean, it's probably Saquon, right?
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be less pressure to force feed somebody.
Right.
We do get a battle every Tuesday, so I do appreciate that for sure. And of course, he had more snaps there, Bobby. They played 3 more games.
Oh, snap.
Well, anytime somebody talks about the Cleveland Browns, Bobby's phone just lights up.
Oh, I know.
It goes on.
He gets a notification.
It's got this AI filter that's just like across every platform.
Yeah. Your friends are talking about the Browns. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But no, I mean, honestly, I think if this might actually be great for Jalen Hurts in the way of I don't have to try and target this guy, right? It can be a little more. Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out, right? Like it's either the crying was unwarranted, he just wanted more touches, or the crying is real and Jalen Hurts just can't find people. And so I guess we're going to find out. But I feel like a lot of this is going to end up falling on Saquon, because I think he's going to get a whole lot of opportunities that was limited a little bit last year. Not that he, was hurt or anything, but they just didn't give him the touches that he had the year before. So I think you're going to see more Saquon and probably a little more balanced passing from this offense. So they're going to be fine.
Yeah, it seems to me that I would think they would be fine as well. AP, Eagles. I know that's not necessarily your side of the coin, but what are you thinking?
He's a closet Eagles fan.
I think it has to be both. I think it has to be the entire team as a whole has to deliver, because now that AJ Brown's gone, what does that do for your offense? Because there were times, if you even go back to last year, you mentioned it, Bo, Saquon didn't get all the touches that he needed to get, and their offense, even when AJ Brown wasn't getting the ball, was still stagnant. I mean, not to bring up the Cowboys, but look how bad our defense was last year. Awful bad defense. Two of our best, we had 3 good games all year on defense. 2 of them were against Philadelphia because their offense was just so stagnant. So if that continues, that's a problem. So they have to find a better repertoire on offense. They have to give Saquon, again, more touches, get him more involved in the offense, get him involved in the passing game. Yep. Obviously, Devontae Smith is going to have to step up and be the number 1 now. And you kind of put a little pressure on your rookie too. We'll see if he's worth the price of them trading up to go get him. So Eagles are going to have a lot of people watching them, especially in a division that's really, if you look at it top to bottom, has improved a lot. So it's going to be a fun NFC East this year, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty much in the boat where it's got to be the Eagles. And I'll say it like this, because when I think about the movement of a player of that magnitude, like AJ Brown, and Jalen Hurts, not necessarily the quarterback that everybody thinks of immediately, but when you think about the stats from last year, I mean, 64% completion percentage, 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns. If you have to put the ball in his hands, can he produce for you? Now, I think the reason I'm saying this is because Devonta Smith isn't a green receiver. He is a good one. He just has to be properly put into plays that accentuate what he does well. And then if you want to have that in and out shifty wide receiver, or plays that involve a lot of movement right at the line of scrimmage so that you can, get away from defenders and shake cornerbacks, you also got Mekhi Lemon. Mm-hmm. You've got basically the copy of the other player on the other side of the field. But can it produce? And I think the main part of this is the Eagles defense not putting them in situations that they have to be completely dependent on Jalen Hurts to fight out of. I think that is what happened a lot of times. The defense didn't necessarily give Jalen Hurts the opportunity to just be him, and they made him have to play out of his comfort zone. Instead of how they were before, where it was like, okay, here you go Saquon, here you go Saquon, here you go Saquon, and then it's not going to Saquon, it's going to AJ Brown. It was more like, the play calling has to dictate us trying to put Jalen Hurts in positions in which he has to decipher defenses. And then after he deciphers the defense, where's AJ Brown? Where he at? I know he over there somewhere. and it didn't work out, as we can see, because AJ Brown, who is a passionate player, a passionate wide receiver, felt as though, hey, look, we're winning, but I am not being utilized properly. And then, simple as that. They were winning games, guys, but just not being implemented as he saw fit took away from the morale of the locker room. And at the same time, I already had beef with somebody because of a side piece, if you will. That's a rumor. It's a rumor. Allegedly, I heard that there was a conversation in which he and Jalen Hurts had. And he said, man, I need you to talk to so-and-so because he think he doing something and he ain't doing nothing because that's mine. And Jalen Hurts went, hey, man, I'm just trying to worry about ball. And picked up the playbook, opened it up in his face, and continued to study and leave his homeboy A.J. Brown out to dry with his issues, if you will. But, I mean, hey, this is your number 1 quarterback. He said he's worried about ball. You got to respect it.
I feel like the ticker at the bottom The ticker at the bottom just has to say, allegedly, please don't sue the show.
Yeah, please. Allegedly. This is alleged. Word on the street. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we're bringing the internet to your radio. You cannot come for Jacksonville ESPN 690. We do not do that. That's not what we
By
do.
the way, if anybody wants to give hyped up for a preseason game, the Eagles do go to Foxborough for a preseason game. So that
nobody is playing in that preseason game.
Yeah, no.
Nobody.
Of course not.
Yeah, and nobody plays in any of them anymore, especially now that they've switched it so that you don't have to have your 53-man roster until like 6 days before the first game kicks off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, nobody's playing in any of these games now.
A.J. Brown will not see a snap in preseason. It's almost a guaranteed lock.
Oh,
he
sure.
will not.
Guaranteed.
Will he be reading a book on the sidelines, though?
Oh, yeah. He's
Not the first year.
48
Not the
laws.
first
He's going to
year.
read the 48 laws of power. That's what it is, because he figured out how to use that power to get up out of Philly. And then we got one more, I think is a good one.
And yet
let's go ahead
the
and
Philly
talk about-
fan base is giving him the Terrell Owens treatment at this moment.
Oh, man.
So.
Yeah,
for sure.
At least he's not doing sit-ups in his driveway. Anyway, so another thing that happened that I think is a real big move, not just for the players, but in real life, Drake London got a contract extension out there in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. So, you get that big multi-million-dollar deal. That's right. 4 years, $141 million. Okay. We got to go ahead and talk about that real quick. And then, of course, if you don't know, the guarantee is for not anything crazy, but it's for $100 million guaranteed.
More money.
Please.
There's another guy that signed. Christian Watson signed 4 years, $110 million today.
Oh,
More money.
they cutting the checks. This is about that time of year, So anyway, as we look at the Atlanta Falcons and the production that Drake London, has been putting out there on a regular basis, I think this is a no-brainer. Who's got to perform? Who's got to deliver? The Atlanta Falcons or the now $100 million more having Drake London? Let's go ahead and get it, Uncle Bo.
Easily, this is on your coaching staff. You've had so much talent on this team for them to underperform. You get new coaching in there. You bring into you have all these pieces on paper. This team should win, especially in a division that isn't a juggernaut, right? So you can talk about London and the price tag and all of that, but I want to see this team just actually coached correctly, because they had a good enough team to win this division going away the last couple of years and weren't able to do it. So even though this price tag makes it seem like he should have to perform, just because this team has underperformed so much over the last couple of years, and again, new coaching, but we better see something with the coach. Get this thing rolling, because the talent's there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the talent is there in the Atlanta Falcons uniforms, but one of these things, and I'm gonna say what I think is not there. Uncle Scott, when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons and Drake London, man, somebody's got to deliver.
I agree with Bo. I agree with Bo. The other thing I'm going to say is, can we give Bijan the ball 25 times a game?
Please.
Or 10.
Let's see your top 10 draft pick do what he can do, which we all know what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 is the quarterback. Is he a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? No, of course he's not. But guess what? You have a top 10 running back, you have a top 10 wide receiver in Drake London, and you have a top 10 tight end in Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah.
Can we use those guys, please? Can we just use them? Streamline the offense.
And the defense isn't terrible.
No.
So I mean, they have all the pieces to win, and they just didn't have coaching. Now you have Stefanski there, who is a better coach than what we saw.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's on the team to really pull this thing together.
And for everybody out there, Tua is the starting quarterback for the Falcons this year.
Let's go ahead and just make that known.
First snap, Tua is the starting quarterback. They didn't sign him to be a backup.
This is also the most Scott and I have agreed in any show ever.
Oh, I know.
Also,
Allen, of course.
Also, when was the last time we saw an NFL team have 2 left-handed quarterbacks on roster?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been
Never, I don't think. Yeah, never.
That's crazy.
Definitely make a point about that one. Alan,
also,
go ahead. You were about to kick us your picks when it comes to delivering.
Well, first and foremost, the city of Atlanta is celebrating with lemon pepper wings tonight, so that's number one. Number two, I agree with both Bo and Scott. It's got to be the Falcons. They've had so much talent on this team. Every year for the past 2-3 years, it seems like we're saying, "Oh, Atlanta's going to win this division. They should win this division. They have the most talent," and yet they're the most disappointing team, not just in their division but in the NFL because of stuff like, well, they're not streamlining their offense good enough. Where has Kyle Pitts been? He's been a fantasy disappointment. Drake London had a phenomenal season last year, and it amounted really to nothing because the quarterback play was so bad. And again, you have a top 10 pick at running back. Use him, please. For the love of God, use your running back. So hopefully Kevin Stefanski can come in there and kind of shake up that offense a little bit to where, these guys can have a little bit more success. And, maybe the division could be fun to watch this year with how good the Saints have improved. And obviously Tampa Bay still can be competitive. So Atlanta's it's not going to be easy, but they got to deliver because they have really, if you look at the rosters top to bottom, Atlanta has the most talent in this division. So you got to deliver.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with the gang, man. This is one of those moments where we are all in lockstep. It's crazy because we've seen almost every iteration of the Atlanta Falcons reach like a maturity state and somehow falter the peak, the top. And this is one of those ones. Right about now, Bijan has been amazing. Drake London, amazing. Kyle Pitts has been amazing, except for when I pick him in fantasy. This is one of those times in which the quarterback hopefully will step into a situation and be great. Let's be honest. The idea is the Atlanta Falcons offensive line was one of the better offensive lines last year. They just didn't get consistent quarterback play. And at the same time, Bo mentioned it, their defense was going crazy midseason, and they were put in very advantageous situations that the offense just could not capitalize on. Let's keep Tua upright. Let's give Tua a Halo cap. Y'all know they made them Halo caps legal so you can play with them. Let's give Tua Tagovailoa one of those Halo caps. Let's put it on top of his helmet. Let's let him wear a helmet with a helmet inside of the helmet and protect him from himself and let him play. Because when Tua Tagovailoa had a moment in Miami, he had dangerous wide receivers. He had a solidified offensive line, and he also had a quarterback and a running back. Not a quarterback, but a tight end and a running back in which he could depend on. I think that almost everything is there for him to prosper. And then Bo made one of my statement that I was going to say. I feel like Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland just was given a bad sack of fecal matter. There we go. And he tried to make chicken salad with it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He was given a situation in which, the quarterbacks were not necessarily solidified. We got to pick 2 quarterbacks, 3 quarterbacks, 4. How many quarterbacks does Kevin Stefanski think about having to draft or trade for? So many that he probably couldn't even get his mind wrapped around what he needed to do, which was he is one of those guys that in any other situation, the quarterback and Kevin Stefanski are tied at the hip, and he makes everything work well. So now he's got Tua. I'm 100% with it, and I'm excited to see what Atlanta produces. This was our first iteration of special delivery. I feel like we got to do it again. Go ahead, Uncle Scott. We got to go right after this. What's that?
Wait, do you happen to know what Jay is by any chance?
You know what's crazy? The idea is Our guy Jay is out on the road and currently in San Antonio. That is right. He is traveling up and down I-10, Interstate 35, that intersects between the heart of downtown San Antonio. Just the other day, just earlier today, Jay told me he did not want to get out of the truck stop because he heard that the San Antonio Spurs had lost. So Jay is in San Antonio getting ready to head in the opposite direction after he gets his load attached to his truck. He will take his party onto the next town, and we are looking forward to Jay's videos. If you do not follow the Rec Room Sports Hub, please get on the Rec Room Sports Hub or follow us on either one of our social media websites and see where Jay goes and parties at next, because the videos Jay produces when he goes to your town are crazy, because he's at bars, he's talking to strangers in the street, he's getting kicked out of bars, all kinds of stuff, man. Big shouts out to Jay out there on the road. Uncle Scott.
Jay, don't forget to eat some churros before you leave San Antonio.
Oh man, gotta go get the churros, Uncle Scott, man. Thank you for joining us, of course. What you got going on with Coast to Coast?
What's that? Bold, not me.
I was like, what are we talking about?
I was new host of Coast to Coast.
Tell us where the people can find you at.
I was going to say that's this nursing home chapter. That's what.
Right?
It's
Yeah. Excuse me. Uncle Scott is kicking it at the house. Uncle Bo, where can we find you at with Coast to Coast Sports? Of course.
Yeah, of course. So you can find me on my daily show of Coast to Coast. You can find that on my YouTube channel at Football-Talk or on 97.3 ICU Radio. And then, of course, if you're here in the Pacific Northwest, if it's a stadium, I'm probably in it. Come say hi.
Of course, man. And we can't wait to make it out west to kick it with Uncle Bo, because I'm coming. And we hitting one of these bars that I keep on seeing you pop off in. So once again, man, it's your boy K Witch, Mama's #1 draft pick. This is Rec Room Sports Radio, where we bring the internet to your radio. We just brought you Uncle Bo Crouch, and we will be back in just a minute. Hey, man, Brian, play something for the homies. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right, man. It's the boys from the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. It's your boy K Witch, your mama's #1 draft pick, and we brought the internet to your radio today. Big shouts out to Evan Wheeler from P5, and of course, Uncle Bo Crouch from Coast to Coast Sports, joining the gang, doing the thing like we always do. I think we did pretty good with the special delivery, guys. What do y'all think?
Yeah, now that song is going to be in my head for the rest of the night now.
But no,
it's a great.
It's either going to be that. I was going to say, Scott, it's either going to be that or ABBA.
Yeah, one of the two. That's right. That's true.
I got some new buttons, so every once in a while I am going to be hitting them. That's how we do. So guys, we're getting close to the end of the show. So this is what we normally go ahead and break off and do our slice of life. Brian, go ahead, hit that music for him. So as we get into this slice of life, earlier today, I made mention of Jessica Fromm from the Women's Softball World Series from Nebraska playing pregnant. That's wild. I don't know how you can do that. But of course, the idea is today, if you know a woman and she has mothered in any way, shape, or form, whether she gave birth to a child, is an aunt, took care of someone, hugged, nurtured, whatever it is, I need you to take a moment. And if it's your mother, if it's your aunt, if it's your grandmother, if you still have her, God bless you, give them a call. Tell them you was listening to the radio and the radio or YouTube gave you the instructions to give them a shout out, give them a hug, tell them you love them, ask them how they doing. Because a lot of times they are carrying the burden and the weight of things that the likes of a mere man, such as myself, could not imagine. And just a simple hello, how you doing, could change their day. So do that for us. Call that lady, see how she doing. If it's your wife, if it's your girlfriend, cool. Your significant other even, because this is 2026. Love comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes. But if they're mothering, if they're nurturing, call them. Check on them. See how they're doing. And we're gonna go ahead and
real quick wit too. Yes, on top of that, yesterday was my mother's birthday. So if she's watching, shout out to you, Mama.
Hey, Mama Perales.
Mama Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, your mom got the rookie juices in you, and look at you flourishing. So shout out to all the mothers and all the all the mother figures, everybody, because Father's Day is coming up, but we still make time for our mothers. We got to get up out of here. It's your boy K with you about my #1 draft pick. Thank you, Brian. Hold us down. We're going to be out. We'll be back next Thursday. Peace.
See ya.